Hello, everyone, and welcome back to episode 82 of Sooner Girl Sports Pod. And I have a very special episode today. There are no Sooner headlines of the week this week. Those will resume next week. I will get you all caught up on all the things with Sooner headlines on next week's show. But for today's episode, I have a very special Omaha episode where I have chatted with 5 of our recent national champions from the baseball team. And you can relive this entire season and the road to Omaha and the national championship and all the things through the stories of Jason Bodin, Deiten LaChance, Trey Gamble, Dayton Talkie and his mom, Kristy, and Jackson Cleveland and his mom, Kristen. And I cannot thank each one of these guys and their moms so much for giving me their time to come onto the show and share their journeys. And I cannot wait for you guys to hear. But I want to give a shout out to my show sponsors, as always, Marvin's Place in Ardmore, Oklahoma, Therapy to Go in Ardmore, and Hogans Jif-E-Lube in Ardmore. Want to give a shout out to those awesome sponsors for supporting Sooner Girl Sports Pod. And I will introduce our first guest, our pitcher, Jason Bodin. He is a right-handed pitcher, tied for a team-high 26 appearances in relief on the mound this past season. He struck out a pair in his College World Series appearance versus North Carolina and fanned 3 in 2.2 innings in a win at Georgia Tech in the Atlanta Regional. Jason has announced he will be back in Norman next season for his senior year as a Sooner. I cannot wait to see him back on the diamond next season. So now enjoy my chat with pitcher Jason Bodin. Well, thank you so much for giving me part of your time. I won't take too much of your time at all since you are living the good life. But I just wanted to talk for a few minutes just to talk about the season and what it was like in Omaha. So I'll just hand it over to you and let you tell me a little bit about the season and the roller coaster of a ride and the role that you played and what it's like being a national champion.
Yeah, of course. It was definitely every kid's dream of what we accomplished this year, As a kid, I always grew up playing baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Never thought I would be even close to playing in college when I was a little kid. And then I just kept working hard. And then eventually I got that opportunity. And then now I can say I'm a national champion, and it's just unbelievable. And you said, there was a roller coaster ride to get to where we got at the end of the year. Because, we started off pretty hot. Then we got cold real quick. I think we lost probably the last 4 SEC series. Then we go into the SEC tournament, lose the very first game and get kicked out of there. And then we go to Georgia Tech and it just a light switch turned on, and it was it was just unbelievable. And then the rest of the year was crazy. And my role was to come in mid-relief pitcher and try to get a couple outs if needed, try to go 1 or 2 innings, maybe 3. But I'm glad I had a part of this journey because it has definitely been my dream forever. I will never forget this either.
I'm sure that these are all memories for sure that you, like you said, you've dreamed about it your whole life and you finally got to live it. And it's surreal, I'm sure. So
Absolutely.
you mentioned the roller coaster of a season and just how you guys kind of had a dead period there in the middle of the season. And I was there for opening weekend in Arlington at Globe Life.
Okay.
And you guys were incredible. And I remember walking out of there and telling my husband, we've got a special group. We've got a great team and there's lots of talent here. And I talked to Brendan Brock early in the season and he told me a lot of those things. And you guys had a lot of hopes and aspirations, of course. And just to think that you guys came out on top and pulled it out is truly amazing. And, you mentioned losing those SEC series, and that was not a fun time for you guys, I know, and losing one in Hoover and hitting the road home. But then after that, I'm not going to lie. I've told every guy I've talked to, when you guys got the cards dealt to go to Atlanta to play Georgia Tech, I was like, oh, geez. Man, I felt really bad for you guys. I thought, I wish they could have gotten a better hand dealt to them, but holy smokes. And like I said, I know you played a good role. Like you talked about coming in and getting a few innings in, and you did that well. And so congratulations to you. I don't think I said that. Congratulations on playing your part, of course, and living out your dreams. So tell me a little bit about Omaha. I was actually there the opening weekend, and it was an incredible experience just for myself as a fan. So I can only imagine you guys as players living that dream, walking on that field and seeing all of those people there to watch you. Tell me a little bit about what that was like for you.
Yeah, I've always watched it on TV, and then actually being a part of it was unbelievable. Because I mean, I've never played in front of 25,000 fans before, and so
Right.
I definitely won't lie that I was a little nervous at first, but it started wearing off, and I started falling into the moment a little bit, just because
Hmm.
I was like, wow, I'm actually standing on the field that College World Series played at, that I've watched over years and years and years in the past. And, there's the first couple games, I felt like I was just like a fan still. And then
Yeah.
after that, I was like, oh, wait, hey, I'm a player. You need to get ready to go in. And then I finally got my time to go in the game 2 of the finals. And I
Yes.
mean, it was unreal. I mean, it didn't have the best outing I wanted, but also didn't have the worst outing. But, all I can be blessed was that I got the opportunity to go out there and do what I know I could
Absolutely.
do. And, it was awesome just experiencing what everybody's experienced in the past, and then me being able to do it myself now it was just unreal. I just couldn't believe it. A lot of speechless moment for sure.
I bet so. I bet so. Well, I know that there were lots of players from, or quite a few, from that 2022 team that made the Omaha run as well. And then there were members of the 94 national championship team there supporting you guys, as well as football players, football players, football players. So what was it like to look in that crowd of 25,000 people and think, look at all these OU fans that came from Oklahoma or wherever, and look at all of these other athletes that are supporting us. I can imagine that was a special feeling for you guys.
Yeah, it definitely was, because it just shows how big Sooner Nation is. Like, it's
Yeah.
unreal. Like, you, I think it was what, 8 hours, 9 hours to
Uh-huh.
get there from Norman, and
Uh-huh.
just so many people making that drive, plus all the fans that are from Dallas, Fort Worth area
Yes.
making that drive, everybody all around just making the drive and really showing what Sooner Nation could be all about, and just packing the stands. Like, it was unbelievable to see how many Sooner fans were there. Like, it was unbelievable, and just seeing all the basketball players and football players supporting us as well, just like we support them
Yeah.
every year, is just unreal. I mean, it was like, again, it was so speechless. Like, it still hasn't hit me yet. I think that we won a
I bet
national
so.
championship, and we're sitting here a week and a couple days past,
Yeah.
and I'm just still it's unbelievable that we did what we did.
I can imagine how you feel because honestly, as a fan, as an alumni, I feel the same way sometimes. I'm like, did I just watch that happen? But you guys had an amazing event at Kimry to celebrate the national championship, and that place was packed. And so,
Uh,
all of those people that came out to support you guys, I hope they all come back in February
Right,
to
right.
watch some games. But tell me a little bit about that celebration and just what that was like to walk in. I mean, that's your home stadium. Those are all of your own people. To get that time to celebrate with your Sooner family, tell me a little bit about what that was like.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. I probably had goosebumps the whole time, because I was like, wow, Kimmery is packed out right now. And I mean, it was unbelievable. We got our names called out to go sit down.
Yep.
Then seeing the revealing of the 2026 national champs on the wall,
Yes.
and then seeing the video of everything that happened the past week, it just gave me chills and goosebumps, and just it kind of got emotional a little bit. It was like, it's
I
crazy
bet
what's going
so.
on. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, the celebration was very awesome. So many people there. It was just unbelievable how many people will support us. Because sometimes you don't see that, even don't matter how packed the stands are or not. It's just
Yeah.
like you still have so many other people supporting you, like over watching you on the TV and stuff. But when it gets all together in one place,
Yes.
it's even better. It's awesome.
I love that. Okay, well, one more thing I wanted to ask you before I'll let you get back to living the good life. So you're the first player that I've talked to that didn't graduate, that isn't moving on. So you're coming back next season, and of course, always the goal is to get to Omaha. But what are some things that you're looking forward to with the group that is coming back that you guys maybe have in mind for the season, and just some of the strengths that are coming back and some things you're looking forward to for next season?
Yeah, I mean, I just think we just need to go in with the same mindset we had this year, even with the new guys, new group of guys that come in. But we still
Yeah.
got Cord, and still got Nig, we still got Xander, we still got our starters that we had ended with last season.
Yes.
So they come back bigger and stronger. They're going to be even better than they were this year. I don't know about our bats yet, what we're looking at there on who's all coming back and who's not. But, no matter what, we just need to go out with the same mindset, same practice plan, same game plan, same everything as we did this year. And I think we'll still be really good no matter how different our team looks. So
I agree. And you guys are headed back to Globe Life again in February. I've already booked my hotel. I enjoy that weekend so much. It's a great time to see a lot of different teams. And so I'm very much looking forward to that as well. So I'm try to tell everybody, book your hotels and get down to Arlington because that's a great time.
Right.
But I know you guys will have a great schedule coming up next year, of course. And then, like I said, kicking it off in Arlington will be great. And I think about all the players coming back and it just makes me excited. And yourself included. I mean, you guys have done so much and made Sooner Nation so proud. So thank you for all of your hard work and your role, and congratulations. And is there anything else you want to share before I let you go?
I think I got more talking out I've done in the past few weeks about everything. So I think I'm all good.
Well,
so I appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, of course. Absolutely. Next up is my conversation with pitcher Jackson Cleveland and his mom, Kristen. Jackson made 26 relief appearances, good for a tie for most on the team. He had 9 saves, tied for 9th in a single season, and tied for 11th for career program history. Also ranked 2nd in the SEC and 26th in the country. He made 5 NCAA tournament appearances, posting 12 strikeouts. He pitched the final inning of Oklahoma's national championship, clinching victory versus North Carolina. He also earned his 9th save of the season with a pair of strikeouts in the Sooners' win over Georgia in the College World Series semifinals, and tossed 3.2 scoreless innings and a career-high 4 strikeouts in relief against number 2 Georgia Tech in the Atlanta Regional. Jackson pitched the last out of the regional, the Super Regional in Lawrence, and the last out of the College World Series. So super cool to chat with him and his mom, Kristen. So I hope you enjoy my chat with Jackson and Kristen. Well, Jackson, it's so nice to meet you. Thank you for agreeing to come on and
Of course.
indulge me. And Kristen, of course, it was so nice to meet you in Omaha. We connected on social media and I couldn't wait to meet you. And then I just love being able to support the guys. And I got my new shirt in the mail today.
Oh,
So it was great.
Cool.
I know. So it's great timing for me to record with you guys. And I have a couple more guys lined up coming up. So I know, I'm so excited, but I am so grateful for you guys for giving me your time and kind of reliving some of your favorite memories, I'm sure, from the past couple of months. So, Jackson, let's just start with you because, first of all, congratulations on being a national champion, and you were such an important role in that. And, I remember you getting the last out in several of the important series, and of course that championship game, the final game. But your mom reminded me that you actually got the last out in regionals, supers, and the national championship game. So that's incredible. Tell me a little bit about how does that feel to be able to experience that on the biggest of stage?
I mean, surreal is probably the best way to put it. It's just ecstatic and something that you dream of happening one day, and it turned out to be true.
Yeah. Well, I spoke with Brendan Brock earlier in the season, had him on the show, and he talked a lot about the team and how you guys had so much talent and depth. And of course, every hoping dream is to end up in Omaha and then to end up on top. And then you guys pulled it out. So I can't imagine living that and being a part of it because, Mom, I'm sure you, as a parent, just experienced that on a whole new level. And then me as a fan, as an alumni, I'm just ecstatic. So I can't imagine how even you guys feel. It's been a long time. I was in high school the last time OU won a national championship in baseball. So I'm certainly glad that we achieved that again for sure. It's been a minute since we've gotten one of the big 3 titles. So you guys are the first in 26 years. And so that has to have all kinds of feelings attached to it. So tell me a little bit about, we'll rewind and talk through the season as well, but the national championship ceremony that you guys had in Norman. Tell me a little bit about that because it looked packed. There were lots of guys out supporting and exciting. So let's talk a little bit about that. What was that like?
I mean, it was great to see everyone that came to support us. I mean, the amount of fans that just come to show their support in what way they could was amazing to see. I mean,
I love that.
From Skip's speech to them honoring Doc B, I mean, it was a great all around. Like it almost made me teary. I almost cried at some points of it. So it was great, just all around.
That's really cool. I know I heard a lot of people say, where were all these people in February at the midweek games? And, as someone, I don't actually live in Norman. I live out of town. And so I try to make it to as many events as I can. And I totally wish I could make it to more. But just watching you guys throughout the season, I was there for the opening weekend in Arlington at Globe Life, and just what an exciting weekend that was. And I saw all the potential that you guys had that weekend. And so I know that the season was a roller coaster for you too, I'm sure, Kristen, and all the parents watching your kids kind of struggle. But talk a little bit about this season and just what that roller coaster was like, and how did you guys deal with that slump and come back out on the top of the mountain?
I mean, we kind of just kept believing that we could do it no matter what happened. And I mean, things didn't click here and there. Like one thing would go right, another thing wouldn't. But we never gave up hope or anything of us being able to do what we thought we'd be able to accomplish, because that's something we started at the beginning of the year believing would happen. And
Yes.
it turned out to be our goal.
I love it. Well, Skip, his famous saying that kind of got picked up on during the whole thing, a quote, "Yesterday is dead." I'm sure that's something that you guys heard quite a bit, but how true it is just to remember that yesterday's dead and you're focusing on today and the task at hand. So, Kristen, from a mom standpoint, tell me a little bit about being in the stands and watching all of this play out all season long and watching your son be a part of such an amazing historic run.
I mean, it's so hard to describe. It's so special to get to be a part of, because they dream of this their entire lives. Like, I can remember
Yes.
him being little, and like we would watch the College World Series together, and he would just be like totally into it. We do like a family fantasy, bracket.
Yes, I love
And
it.
so it's like really hardcore in our house. And so like he just grew up, that's all he's ever wanted to do. And we've always kind of like talked about like taking a family trip, but like it's so different to get to be there and watch your child play. Like,
I
it's
can imagine.
the most exciting thing I think I've ever experienced. Like, it's so emotional. Like, I still get choked up like thinking about it,
I bet
because
so.
it's such a like it's just beautiful there. Like, just the
Yes.
field is beautiful. Like, the people are amazing. Like, even the fans of the other teams, like everybody that's there genuinely loves baseball. Like, they
Yes.
just love college baseball. So you have
Yes.
like hardcore college baseball fans and like all the Sooner family that was there. Like,
Yes.
I just can't even describe in words like how wonderful like our fans were. Like, they would, I mean, I met people and they would just like come up and hug me, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, we're so excited." And I was like, "Me too," but they were like, our Sooner fans were incredible. Like, they were
That's
so
awesome.
incredible. So like when you add that layer on top of like getting to see your child like be a part of something so special,
Yes.
like it's a bucket list. Like, it tops
For
like
sure.
one of the cool, I mean, like his wedding day will be really, really cool. Like, that will trump it probably for
Right.
sure. But like this is right up there, like
Absolutely. It should
it
be.
is. Yeah. So it's a pretty cool, I mean, it's hard to like describe like the nerves. Like, it's so hard when your kid's a pitcher, number one.
I can
And then when
imagine.
you're a closer on top of that,
Yes.
it's like an extra level of just insanity. Like, and
Yes.
so like I'm just like sitting there going like this, but especially like in the 4-3 game against Georgia, like I was just
Yes.
like this, like, do I know he can do it? Absolutely. Like, I have no doubt. But also, it's like the biggest stage of college baseball. And so
Yes.
you know how badly your kid wants it, like
Yes.
how badly they've wanted it their entire lives. And so you want it just as bad for them.
For sure.
So it was
For
special.
sure. Well, I can only imagine how you feel as a mom and getting to watch your child accomplish that. It's just super cool. And, you're talking about all the fans traveling to Omaha. And that was my first time ever in Omaha. And it was kind of like a bucket list item for my husband and I just to come to that facility and to see baseball at that level. And just, being able to see my team be a part of it was so cool. And one of my favorite things about traveling for sports is the camaraderie that you get with your fellow Sooner fans on the plane or walking down the street or whatever. And so that always adds an extra layer of enjoyment to it for sure. But so Deiten and his mom mentioned earlier, I didn't realize this had happened, but they were talking about after the game and you guys were carrying the trophy down the street back toward the hotel. And I just can't imagine the feeling that you guys had being able to do that. Just like, we did it.
Well, there were like some guys that pulled up like in a rickshaw, like
yes.
the guys all came in like with holding the trophy, and then like all of a sudden I see like a rickshaw pull up, and it's like, I don't know, there was like 3 guys on it.
Yeah.
I mean, so it was like total insanity at the hotel afterwards. It was
I can only imagine.
It was fun.
That's awesome. I was there for the send-off the Saturday, the first weekend when I was in town. And it's just so cool to be a part of that. And I'm sure a lot of the times it's overwhelming for you guys as players that you're just like, oh my gosh, all these people are wanting to high-five me or whatever. And you're like, I'm just trying to go play a baseball game. But on the fan side of it, I love being a part of that and just feeling like it's getting me hyped up. So I'm hoping it's getting you guys hyped up as well. And just knowing that you have the support. I mean, that's what we're there for. We're there for you guys. And so I hope that you felt that definitely throughout the whole tournament.
No, I thought of it as like, it's as much as an experience for them as it is for us. It's like they're part of it.
I love that. Well, it's a family. It's a Sooner family, of course. So let's talk Jackson a little bit. Let's rewind back, to the first of the season. And like I said, I was there at Globe Life that opening weekend and just watching you guys. And obviously that was a fantastic weekend sweeping through those teams. But at what point did you guys think, I think we're going to go to Omaha. I think we're going to win this whole thing. Was it at some point in the middle of the season, or was it toward the postseason, or kind of what were you guys thinking during all of that?
I mean, we had a meeting, I remember, at the beginning of the year, and it was everyone hands up, who all wants to go to Omaha, and everyone raises their hands. Okay.
Absolutely.
We need all the hands in the air to take part of this. Like, this is an everyone thing, not just one person here and there.
Yes.
It's everyone. It's going to be a long journey, but that's the goal, is Omaha and to win it.
Yeah. Well, and I love that he reiterated again that it takes everybody in the room. It took the whole team, every single person. And I know you can attest to that. And, a lot of people want to focus on, oh, this is the starting pitcher or the starting at, whatever position. But there's so many people that filled in different roles with injuries and so forth going on, and you coming in being a closer, that kind of become your thing. But that is such an important role. And again, I can't imagine what it felt like for you to get those final outs for all of those series. And then that just the final out, I think I've seen the video come across my social media feed about 100 times of when that final out, when we actually win the national championship, and you're just like, yes, I did it. Just that elation of that. And I know Deiten, when I talked to him earlier, he talked about that dog pile and how special that was. So what were you feeling in that moment when you're like, my gosh, I got the final out. We did it.
I mean, just go hug LaChance and then just hopefully not die in the dog pile. That was kind of the biggest thought. Like, I know it'll be probably somewhere in the middle of it. I just need to not die. That's the goal.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I hear you. I don't want to be in the middle of it either.
Literally, the first 2 people I remember hugging was LaChance and then Nick. Like, that was the first 2 people I hugged in the dog pile.
I love it.
That's like something I'll never forget.
I love that. Well, obviously the dog pile picture is like a trademark, I guess, for everyone involved and us as Sooner fans as well. Just seeing that, I mean, that's like the epitome of success for sure. But looking back over the season, are there any moments that stick out to you as some of your favorite memories just from the first weekend all through the postseason? What are some things that stick out to you as some of the favorite things that you'll remember going forward?
I mean, I guess sweeping DBU during the midweek was a big one, because I know DBU was a curse, and I know people were talking about big before the season started. And I mean, I wasn't thinking too much about it, but I mean, it ended up being big, but that was one of the big things I remember, is that, like, oh gosh, we finally cleared the DBU ladder.
Yes.
It was like you would thought we won the Super Bowl. Like, people were so excited about the DBU wins. Yes. I did not realize like how big of a deal that was to the Sooner fans.
Yeah, I think like Jackson said, it was kind of like a curse. For some reason, like they had our number for so long and we just could never get them. And so I saw a lot of people on social media after we swept them. Okay, we've swept DBU. It's time to start thinking about Omaha.
Yes, I remember that thing too.
It's crazy to think, but honestly, like I know that, DBU may not have had the stellar year that they normally have had, but they have just been a team for some reason, regardless of their capabilities that season, they've always had our number. And so, yeah, I think that was a huge feat. And that's a great memory. I'm glad you pointed that out because that is something that sticks out to me for sure. And like I said, just knowing, hey, we swept DBU and everybody making the jokes about it's time to start thinking about Omaha. And yeah, here we are. So who would have ever thought that we're sitting here after all of that and you guys are national champions and you, that being your senior season, like I can't imagine a better way to end your collegiate career than that.
Exactly. It's been a bumpy road, but I mean, it got there.
It really has. And, you know I mentioned the roller coaster of the season, and I was at several games throughout the season as well that didn't necessarily end the way that we wanted. But, you know, yesterday is dead. And I think that Skip's motto is an important thing to remember. And yeah, but that one day will live forever. That's for sure. I don't think anyone's going to be forgetting that Monday night game for a very, very long time. Okay, so Kristen, I want to ask you, what's some of your favorite memories from the season that kind of stick out to you, just that you'll keep in your brain forever?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. Favorite ones I will say are just like things that I would see throughout games, like just the guys together, like even when he wasn't pitching, like you could tell like how close the guys were because they would be like hugging on each other or like they were just very, very connected, I think.
Love
and
that.
so like seeing that throughout the season, it kind of made me start to think, okay, this team is special.
Yes.
You know, and so there were stuff like that that I noticed, like really early on. And then like Vanderbilt, like Vandy,
Yes.
I wasn't there dance competition season also, but I remember watching that series too. And I know like Vandy is just Vandy. Like,
yes.
I don't care. Even if they do have a down year, it's still Vandy. Like,
Absolutely.
I remember watching that one and going, okay, like these guys are starting to, because that's like when Deiten hit his first home run was at Vandy. And I was like, okay, he's figuring it out. And I knew like once that happened, like things were going to start to catch fire.
Yes.
On the offensive side. And so I think that was kind of one of those light bulb moments for me. But there were so many cool moments like at Bricktown, whenever we got to play Tennessee at Bricktown. And I met like the wonderful family that gave the award to Trey here. They were incredible. Like they're just like, there were so many things that I think made this team like really special.
Yes.
You just had so many great guys. Like they're just good humans and like getting to see them interact together. Like I just felt that it was special, even from the very beginning. But a lot of the stuff, it wasn't just stuff that happened on the field. Sometimes it was stuff that happened, you know, stuff that I would see in the dugout or praying before the game.
Yes. Love that.
Although I will say one of my favorite plays that I don't think gets talked about enough was at Georgia Tech. It was the last inning that you pitched. And there was like this hit that was like this kind of like weird, kind of like blooper hit. And I was like, oh, well, he's going to get this. I was like, he's going to get this. And he made that beautiful like running play. I mean,
I remember that.
That I was just like, oh, we've got this. Like, I remember watching that going, okay, we're going to do this.
Yes.
Like if we can make that kind of stuff look easy and like you would see Willett's just in Branch and, you know, Jason and I mean, you would just see them make these things. And I was like, these kids are special.
Really?
And so like, it wasn't like about my kid. Like it was just about watching all of them together.
For sure.
Like doing like little things but I think I just kind of felt it from the very beginning.
I love that. I love that you did. Because obviously you were onto something. But you guys, you know, you ended the conference season not on a high note, losing, you know, several series in a row and then not winning a game in Hoover. And then you get the cards dealt to end up in Atlanta for regionals. And I don't know that many people thought that you guys could come out of Atlanta. But like you said, Kristen, that play with Jackson Willits, and there were so many, and of course Deiten Talkies talked it off.
Yeah.
A home run and just so many things that happened that weekend. And I think it was at that point for me, I was like, they forced a game 3 with Georgia Tech. Like, this is insane. And I I really felt like then I'm like, they're just going to win the whole thing. I think I just felt like that's when I knew that you guys could 1000% win the whole thing, because it was like a switch flipped or something and you guys were just on it. And I was like, there's no one beating them like this. And there were so many great moments going forward, of course. So what are some things, if you have anything else you want to share, or, you know, some things going forward that you're going to remember for the rest of your life because of your career with baseball?
I mean, one of my favorite memories I'll have is just us after finding out, you know, we're going to play Georgia Tech and having weights. And we had a 2-day practice that day. And then for lunch, Skip got us some fried chicken and rolls.
Oh, yes. I heard the fried chicken.
And I mean, I think that really kind of helped like calm us down and like settle us down from thinking too much about the tournament, like of facing Georgia Tech, and like more like instead of confidence to us.
Yeah.
I think Skip is special.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
yes.
And all of those guys on that, like, I'm so grateful that Jackson had that opportunity to be with those guys. I think Coach Skip, Coach Bo, Reggie, like,
yes,
Rayleigh, Butler,
Gaines,
yeah,
Butler.
it's just it really is like a family atmosphere. The way that they treat those guys,
I love that,
is really special. And so I'm just glad he got to have that experience. Like, you hope that for your kid, that they get to experience something that special. You pray for that. And so the fact that he got to have this experience, especially his senior year, is just such a blessing.
I love that. Well, of course, I think being a Sooner is the absolute best thing in the world. But I'm so glad that you got to experience that and come out on top as a Sooner, as a national champion. And that's something that you'll carry with you forever. And not many people can say that they're a national champion. And so I don't think I ever said this, but congratulations on being a national champion, because you did play a very important part in that. And I'm so happy for you, and I'm happy for you too, Kristen, as a mom. I can't imagine what you feel like, just being so proud of him and all that he's accomplished. So
absolutely.
Thank you.
Of course. Well, is there anything else you guys want to share before I let you go?
I think also another fun little thing that before we got done with our meetings, before we got to go to the bus and all that, was we got these little speeches from Reggie, and he always for some reason had a hype video of some sort. And it was either documentaries like the Rafael Nadal one, the tennis, like he would always talk about like that to us. Or my favorites were like when he compared us to the bunch of Davids from the 2022 team. And at the very end, he had like shown us the end of Seabiscuit, which I don't think a lot of people, but that's one of his favorite movies. And I think that will always go down as a memory too, of watching Seabiscuit and him comparing us to Seabiscuit in the tournament.
I love that. Well, I think it's cool that you mentioned the 2022 team, because I know there's been a lot of comparison with the similarities with you guys, but seeing those guys, a handful of those guys come back and support you in Omaha, and then several from the former national championship team from 94 come back and support you guys. That had to be super cool to see some of those Sooner legends, so to speak, to come back and support you guys. And what great memories. I can't imagine being able to live through that as an athlete. So how cool.
Very cool, especially after playing against those 2022 guys too.
Oh yeah, you did.
Oh yeah. Tell me about that.
When I was at Lamar, it was my second year at Lamar. I got to play against the 2022 team, and we came in to play a series against Oklahoma. And because of how that week was scheduled, we played like a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and so I got to start against Oklahoma, and so I got to face Madrid,
cool.
and Ludler, and Willits as a freshman, and Walk as a freshman. So I got to face them.
Oh my gosh.
And so it was kind of crazy and surreal looking back. Like, I got to play against those guys and then also play with the guys.
What a full circle moment. I'm so glad that you told that, because I did not know that. That is super cool.
It's really cool.
That was
yeah, that's a very much a full circle moment for you. So that is super cool. I love that for you. Yeah, it was just like a little premonition for you there. You were learning your way home to Norman.
Absolutely. We love Norman.
Awesome. Well, Norman will always be home for you guys, I'm sure, after such a fantastic season. So, well, I cannot thank you guys enough for sharing with me today. Kristen, it's been so nice getting to know you on social media a little bit, and then running into you. That was your mom, right? In Omaha?
Yeah.
I met. Okay. She's so sweet. I just loved meeting you guys and so many other great Sooner fans. And what a time to be alive. It was great memories for myself. So I can only imagine how you guys feel. So, but thanks again for sharing with me today. I really appreciate it.
Of course it will.
Next up is my conversation with Deiten and his mom, Kristy. Deiten hit his first home run in all of college baseball the opening weekend in Arlington, and then homered in the regular season finale versus Tennessee at Bricktown earlier in May. After that, 6 of his 9 home runs on the year came in the postseason, giving him a 766 postseason slugging percentage. He went 2 for 5 and homered in Game 3 of the College World Series final versus North Carolina. He homered in 3 consecutive games between June 1st and June 7th, including hitting the walk-off 454-foot bomb solo home run against number 2 Georgia Tech to beat them in their home field in the Georgia Regional in the bottom of the 10th inning to send the Sooners to the Lawrence Super Regional. Loved talking to Deiten and his mom Kristi about when he talked it off, and of course talking to her about her infamous talkie hat. So enjoy my conversation with Deiten and Kristi. So I wanted to thank you guys for coming on today. Deiten and Kristi. And Kristi, I met you in Omaha, and it was so nice to meet you. I know we had crossed paths on social media, and so your hat has become quite the sensation. I know you've talked to a lot of people about your hat, but we'll get there here in a minute because I do want you to tell that story. But Deiten, I want to start with you. First of all, congratulations for being a national champion, because that is just absolutely incredible. And I want to go ahead and admit I had talked to Travis Davison from KREF and a couple of people in the past that I'm not going to lie and pretend like I always had faith in you guys. I was really doubting myself and doubting you guys there in Georgia Tech in Atlanta. And you guys really, and you especially, came out on top and just the right time. And I know a lot of people have said you guys got hot at the right time, but I think you guys are just showing who you were. It wasn't just a phase. And so congratulations to you. And I want to talk to you, of course, about your walk-off there in Atlanta and some of your favorite memories from the season. But I was there in Arlington for opening weekend there at Globe Life. And I saw what you guys could do. I was there all 3 days, and you guys, obviously very talented team. And I'm so glad that you came out on top. Early in the season, I knew it could happen, but I know we had our roller coaster of a season. But for you guys to actually pull it out was truly incredible. So Deiten, let's start with you. I'm going to let you talk a little bit about your time there in Atlanta in that regional against Georgia Tech, and just what it felt like for you at that moment and what was going through your brain, because I know you had a roller coaster at bat yourself there in that game. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I mean, we knew that they were going to be a good team, and it was going to be a tall task, apparently, to overcome. But at the end of the day, we just played. It's not the best team that wins; it's the best team that plays together.
Absolutely.
And it's not like the best players or whatever, but yeah, I mean, we just played as a team, and we were able to be successful.
You definitely were. And going in and beating that number 2 team in their own home stadium, like I said, I know a lot of people had their doubts, but you guys proved us wrong. And I feel like after that win, I started believing they're going to Omaha. They're going to do great things. So tell me a little bit about coming up to your at-bat when you hit that walk-off home run. I know it was obviously a roller coaster of a day for you, and such an important moment. So talk a little bit about coming up to the plate at that at bat and and when did you know that it was gone?
Yeah, I mean, I faced the guy. He started against us 2 days prior, and I hit a homer off him 2 days prior off a fastball. So I was going in that bat looking for a slider, and he threw a slider in the dirt. I chased it because that's what I was looking for, but whatever. I took off everything else, fastballs, whatever, changeup, and then I got down 0-2. And then I worked a full count, and then he threw a slider, what I was looking for and where I wanted it. And as soon as I hit it, I knew it was gone.
I love it. Well, I was at home watching that game, and I remember when you hit it. It was a Monday afternoon, and I was just like, holy smokes. I was screaming and hollering myself. So I can only imagine, Kristi, how you felt, because I know you were kind of like a focal point, so to speak, of the camera, especially after that moment. But what a cool moment for you. And I know that the OU media guys captured a special moment between you guys after the game. And how does it feel like as a mom? I can't imagine that being your son and watching him have that special moment. And just what was that like for you during that time?
I'm going to cry, so be prepared.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, he gets so aggravated.
That's okay.
Just knowing what he's dealt with all year. Mm-hmm. I mean, again, it could have been any of the kids. They're all great, all the things. But when it happened to Deiten, I mean, seriously, I'm like, shit, like that's gone. Like that's all we could. I was like shocked, but not surprised. Yes. He is a kid that does well in big moments. And so
yeah, I'm like, this is the way Deiten plays the game, and he always has. So beyond proud, no words. I mean, he said he thinks he blacked out running the bases. Yeah, I can see that. Like,
I can imagine.
yeah. Yeah. So in the stands, I think it was kind of the same. Oh my gosh. I don't even know if I watched him run the bases with everybody hugging and all the things. So, yeah, I was just super proud of him.
Well, like I said, I can't imagine how you felt at that moment, both of you, on different sides of that. But Christy, talk a little bit about your hat. I know I've heard this story before, but I want you to tell it here about your hat and why you decided to wear that hat. And it's become your staple trademark. It's how I've recognized you in the crowd for a lot of the season. So talk a little bit about why you decided to wear that hat.
So it actually started, I don't know, maybe conference again. Deiten wasn't getting to see the field, which, I mean, not our choice, but I needed him to know, like, I'm going to put my OU gear aside. I wear all my Deiten shirts. Like, he needs to know I'm there for him, no matter what. Him first and foremost. Like, I don't care that you're sitting. Like, I'm there. I'm going to travel to see you sit. I mean, it's part of it.
Yeah.
So he just needed to know that I had his back no matter what.
I love that. Well, and I believe it was Deshaun Harris that I heard his father attended a lot of his games, even when he wasn't starting. He was a walk-on and all those things. So I know Deiten. I remember being a kid too, and we're often embarrassed by our parents, and they cry, and we're just like, oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing. So I get that side of it as well, but coming out on the other side as an adult, and it just makes us proud, you know, to see kids doing what we know that they're capable of. And it's just so cool to hear stories like yourself and supporting your kid, because even though it's embarrassing at times, and I'm not saying we're not embarrassing, but I think as time goes on, for sure, they'll look back and be grateful that you did that.
Maybe not today, but one day.
Maybe not today. It might be another decade down the road, but I think it will happen. Okay, so Deiten, let's talk a little bit about the time in Kansas for Supers. I know, again, weather seemed to have plagued you guys for a lot of the postseason for sure. But talk a little bit about Kansas and that atmosphere and what it was like. I know there were lots of Sooners there. So how do you feel like the fans impact the game?
I mean, they had a good crowd. They weren't the most respectful bunch, but I mean, that's what you're going to get in a super regional like that.
For sure.
We knew that they were a pretty good team, like not obviously Georgia Tech, but I mean, we had no fear going in. We knew that we were going to handle those guys pretty well just because how we were playing. I mean, nobody was going to play with us. And I mean, we pretty much showed that. The weather, that wasn't affecting us. I mean, we had weather affecting Georgia Tech, so
yeah,
I'm already prepared for that too.
We call it the Sooner way. It starts raining, we're like, it's the Sooner way. Like, we wouldn't have it any other way.
You're exactly right. Well, we woke up in Omaha the first Saturday. I was there that weekend, and it's, you know, black sky, storms and all that. And I was just like, well, what else would we expect, really? That's just how the weather has done for the season, but we were used to it as fans, and I'm sure you guys were as players as well. So tell me a little bit, Deiten, what are some of the highlights that stick out to you? Of course, I know Omaha and the ending. Leading up to that, just throughout the season, what's some of your favorite moments that stick out for yourself or just the team as a whole?
Just winning the regional, the super regional, and then the national championship. That's really like the first thing that comes to mind, was just winning all the big games.
So tell me a little bit about being in Omaha. And of course, that's like everybody's dream as a player, to be there. And so what a dream come true for all of you guys. And I know that social media really captured a lot of the emotion of that with different videos and things that we saw with you guys. But little boy Deiten, I'm sure, would be so proud of you. So tell me a little bit about what it felt like walking onto that field, just knowing that you made it to the College World Series.
Yeah, I mean, the first practice, like, it was pretty cool. Like, I mean, like, we made it, but like, we're not done. So like, you kind of got to look past the little kid deal and be like, all right, well, we're playing another game. So like, put all like the things aside that you want to think right now about how cool it is being here and just play a game.
Yes.
But I mean, it was sweet.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I love that mentality because, you know, Coach Johnson with his yesterday is dead mentality that kind of caught on through everything. And it's so true, though. I mean, you have to relish the moment and be glad that you're there, but you have to move on and remember the task at hand. So, okay, so let's fast forward to that final game, that Monday night game, you know, game 3 after you lost the day before. And again, yesterday is dead is your mentality going in. So let's talk about that final game. And it was incredible. So as a player for you, what's some of your favorite moments from that game and what sticks out to you?
Kyle hitting a homer.
Yep.
I think that was my favorite. Like, other than the dog pond, I think that was my favorite part of the game.
Yep. I
And
love
I
that.
didn't know more.
Well,
Like, it was
and the dog pile at the end is obviously like a standard thing that a lot of people do, but it's so emotional as a fan. Like I was sitting at home crying. So, and I'm sure, Christy, you were up in the stands crying. I can't even
Oh,
imagine.
yes.
So, doing the dog pile and thinking, holy smokes, we've done this. And I saw, clips of you and photos, and you guys are just knelt down on the field like, holy smokes. So coming off that field for the last time in Omaha, after having accomplished being a national champion, was it like a sigh of relief, or what were you feeling?
I had a headache because I got kneed in the head on the dog pile.
Okay. Of course.
But no, yeah, it was like we did it, like we made it. Like nobody else. We're the last team standing.
Yes.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? I can promise you, nobody thought that we would be there. And, I have my shirt on. It says Oklahoma versus the world, which is a football slogan from many years ago. But I found that it is so applicable in a lot of sports. And I really felt that was applicable in this baseball season, because the odds of us winning, I say us like I played, which is kind of embarrassing sitting here saying that in front of you. But the odds of OU winning were so slim, but you guys did it and proved everybody wrong. And I, as a fan, as an alumni, could not be more proud. And so I talked to Brendan Brock earlier in the season on the show, and he talked about how he felt like the team really got along well and had a lot of talent. And of course, the goal of the season is always to end up in Omaha. And so to think you guys actually did it is just truly incredible. So again, congratulations.
I think one of the coolest things was Dayton and the team walking down like from the stadium to the hotel with the trophy.
Oh my gosh.
And was high-fiving and hooping and hollering. I mean, that was pretty cool. I had no idea what was happening, and then saw him walking. I'm like, what is going?
That's so cool. Okay, well, so I didn't realize that had happened. So that is a super cool experience. I don't know if I missed that on social media or what. So they just took it. It was just a couple blocks from the stadium to the hotel, but I guess it was just like a big party, I'm sure, after that.
All smoking their little cigars, holding a trophy with their speaker, all the things. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I love that so much. So did you guys make it over to Rocco's to contribute to the Jello shot challenge while you were there?
I did not. I think I was kind of put off by Rocco's, actually, by the way they treated McAfee, and then to come find out that a lot of the money doesn't even go where they originally said it goes. So I was a little put off by that, and I'm like, I'd rather give my money to the team than to. So,
absolutely.
I know that sounds horrible, but I was
found that out after the fact myself, or I may not would have gone either. But we went the first day we were there on that Thursday of open practice. So we went then, but before it got too busy, because there weren't a ton of people there. But yeah, I really hated to hear that. That was very disappointing. And yeah, the whole Pat McAfee thing was just insane. That just blew my mind. But did you guys make it to the flea market area that was across from the stadium? I know there was a lot of stuff over there. Did you guys?
We did. We actually met down there. It was before like the day before their first game.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So that was kind of cool.
That's awesome.
I guess one of my other favorite parts is stop looking at me like that. The little kids that love these boys. I mean, they are like, sorry, they don't understand like these kids that look up to them, and
so true.
I don't know. So to see them stop and actually like sign autographs, take pictures, like take a minute to listen to the kid's story, like probably my favorite part.
I love that. Well, and honestly, I do think that is something that means so much to not only the parents of those kids, but the kids, that you take the time to do that. So that's super cool. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about specifically or bring up? Even you, Christy? I know I asked Dayton, but your turn.
No, you're good. I don't think so. I mean, I think you've covered everything.
Yeah. Well,
Omaha, he's never, so they have the Slump Buster tournament for select kids, and Dayton's never even been to that. He's been all over the U.S. playing baseball.
That's so
that's
cool.
Literally one tournament he's never played in. He's never got to go to Omaha as a fan or anything. And so I think this time, like, he got to go to Omaha as a player and freaking win it. Like, that's better story.
That's awesome, Dayton. That's really cool. Well, that was my first time to Omaha as well that Saturday. I really wanted to make it up in 2022, and it just couldn't happen. So when I got to come this year, it was incredible. Just the atmosphere, the stadium. I really wanted to come back that next weekend for Champ Series, but couldn't make it happen. Adulting sometimes calls. But yeah, what a neat experience. And I'm so glad that you guys got to experience that together. And Dayton, your first time in Omaha is definitely memorable, and coming out on top, I don't know that you'll ever top that feeling for sure.
For sure.
So what's up next for you? What's on your agenda now that your baseball season's over? What are you going to be up to?
I'm not really sure.
That's okay.
I got to figure that out in like the next couple weeks.
Well, you got time. So Mom, take good care of him, okay?
Oh, I'm going to try. He's got all kind of things scheduled that he has to do, but just having him home is awesome.
Absolutely. Well,
I'm already on his nerves, I'm sure. But
well, I'm sure you are. But he will deal. Next up is my conversation with our catcher, Big Maple, Deiten LaChance. And Dayton is known to Sooner fans as Big Maple. He's a Canadian JuCo product whose lone year for the Sooners was a memorable one. Through the NCAA Tournament, he tied for a team high in home runs. He homered in each of his first 2 at-bats to bring 3 runs in at the first game of the College World Series Final versus North Carolina, and he hit a 2-run home run in the Sooners' opening game of the College World Series versus Alabama. He also scored the go-ahead grand slam against Georgia Tech in the Atlanta Regional. After not hitting a home run in his first 31 games of the season, he led the nation in home runs over his last 33 games with 18 total home runs. Deiten LaChance, one of my favorite players, so excited that he gave me a few moments of his time to chat and relive the national championship. So enjoy listening to Deiten LaChance. Well, thank you so much for giving me a few moments of your time. I'm excited to chat with you. So first of all, congratulations on being a national champion and for playing such a big role in that win. So I want to hear you tell me, how did the season go? Where did all of this kind of start? And how were you feeling throughout the season? And what were some of your favorite moments as this whole season played out?
Yeah, well, obviously it was like a really up and down season. We had a tough schedule in the SEC. We started the season really high, like at Globe Life in the first month, winning a bunch of games. So of course, like we had confidence early, and after that, the confidence kind of flew away slowly. And it was a tough schedule. I mean, when you play back to back LSU, Texas, and team like that, I mean, it's kind of hard to get a break out of it. But
Yes,
it was definitely just a lot of first time for a lot of our guys. So I think we needed to fail a little bit to just bring you where we were at the end. And I think at one point of the year, like the last 2 weekends of SEC play, the guys really start to figure it out. To understand like we got it in us, we just gotta show it on the field. And after winning the Georgia Tech regional, I don't think there was any doubt in the team that we're gonna win this whole thing.
Yes. Well, I was there for opening weekend at Globe Life, and so I saw what you guys had. And what you guys could do. And that was an excellent weekend, and it gave us a taste of the ending, of course. But yeah, like you said, there was that slump in the middle that was not fun for anyone for sure. But you guys really ended it well, and I don't think you could have done a better job with that win at Georgia Tech. I know I've told every guy that I've talked to, I'm not going to lie, when you guys got the cards dealt to go to Atlanta, I was like, oh my gosh, why are they going to have to face Georgia Tech? But I agree, when Dayton Talkie had that walk-off, I thought, they're going to Omaha, they're going to win the whole thing. And what a season for you guys for sure. I was there the first weekend in Omaha, and it was so much fun, just the atmosphere and all the Sooner fans. So what was it like for you as a player going to Omaha and walking on that field and seeing all of the OU people there to support you guys? What was that like in that moment for you?
Yeah, well, we had the chance the 2 days before we started playing to just walk on the field and just like feel the experience a little bit. And you know it's big until you really walk on it and you're like, oh my God, I mean, it's a big league stadium basically. And like the first game, and you show up there and they're all right side of the field, and in the outfield, just a bunch of red shirt. I mean, you cannot ask for more. And like, you knew the Sooner Nation was going to show up, but you didn't know it was going to show up that much. And it was pretty fun to watch going through the tournament, just seeing it grow and grow. And I mean, during the final, I think 3/4 of the stadium was just filled with OU fan, which was pretty awesome. And I think it meant a lot for the guys too, just like seeing like at the send off at the hotel, and you just see a bunch of people like showing there. You know, people support you until you see it. So it was really great, and it was an awesome experience that nobody's going to forget for sure.
I love that. Well, I did get to go to one of the team send-offs at the hotel that Saturday that I was there, and it was really cool to see all the parents and the fans and alumni like myself and just cheering you guys on. And I love the camaraderie of traveling with Sooner fans, so I can only imagine how it makes you guys feel.
Yeah, no, it was awesome.
So tell me about your moment when you twisted your ankle, because just watching that happen with you, and then I know then you come back and you hit a home run and you're like, hey, well, I don't have to run around the bases if I hit it out of the park. So when you twisted your ankle, were you worried that was going to affect you, or did you just think, nah, I'm going to play through it?
It's just something that I was a little distracted while playing, and I just touched the bag in the wrong place. Of course, you want to play at this point of the year, but it was nothing too bad. It was something that I knew was going to bother me for like a day or two. And I knew I talked to the trainer. It's something that you have to just keep it moving around. So I was just walking around the place, just trying to get some blood flow in there. But it was a little stiff during the game and stuff like that. But I mean, at this point of the year, I don't think nobody's playing healthy, and you just want to play for the team. Yeah.
That's so true. Well, I'm certainly glad it wasn't worse and that you were able to push through it and get through that. So tell me a little bit about that final game, the final out. I actually talked to Jackson Cleveland, him throwing that final out to clinch the national title. What was that like for you when you were like, oh my gosh, we just finally did this?
Yeah. No, it was weird a little bit because I caught it was not supposed to be where the pitch was really thrown in the middle of the zone. And the hitter just didn't even took a chance at it, which is a little surprising. And you literally see me like take a moment when I catch the balls up. Is it done? Is it done? Yeah. So it was just it was great. I mean, dogpiling with the guys. It just like felt like you just take like a massive weight over your shoulder a little bit, and just like, hey, we did it. So it was awesome. And just all loud the stadium got with the Toby Keith song and stuff like that was pretty cool. And just to do it for Skip and people like that, those people has been there for a while. I think it just means more. So yeah.
Well, I love that moment for you guys. I was in heaven myself just watching it play out, so I can only imagine how you guys felt. And then after that moment, you head to Norman and you have the championship celebration, and the stadium is packed again with Sooner fans. So tell me what it was like to walk out in the stadium, in your home stadium in Norman, and see all of those people celebrating you guys and what you had done.
Yeah, no, it was great. We knew we were going to have celebration. We didn't really know I was going to go by, and we didn't know who's going to show up, because Norman, when there's no school, you don't really know like how many people is really in town. So like you go around town and you feel like it's kind of a dead town, but like we were in the locker room just talking and like signing stuff for kids, and until we're like who's going to show up on like in the end of June, like in Norman. So like until you go out there and dug out, and the stadium was like the most packed we ever seen. So it was awesome seeing like the banner go up, and it was awesome. And all the fans just like, they remember you, and you actually meant something to them a little bit, and like you signed all their autographs to the game, the ceremony, and you talked to them a little bit. It was just was a fun last goodbye to those fans, and a nice way to finish the season.
I love it. Well, I hope that all of those people show back up next February when it's cold for a midweek game at Kimry Stadium for sure. Okay, one more thing before I let you go. And I don't know if you're not comfortable answering this, that's totally fine. But what's next for you? Are you, I know you're enjoying just being a national champion and enjoying a little break right now, but what's next for you on your agenda?
Yeah, I'm just heading back home right now, spend some time with the family, and we're just gonna keep working out and stuff like that, and see where baseball is gonna bring me, I guess.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I wish you the best of luck, whatever comes next for you. And last, but certainly not least, is my conversation with Trey Gamble. Trey was the Shriners Children's College Showdown Most Outstanding Player to open up the season in Arlington earlier this year. He appeared and started in 63 games, serving as the Sooners' primary left fielder and designated hitter. He set a career high with 4 hits, including a home run and a double, driving in 3 runs versus Georgia in the College World Series semifinals. Also, he finished our last game in left field as he replaced Brendan Brock, who took his place on the roster as a designated hitter after Brendan suffered his shoulder injury the prior day. So super cool that he got to play a little extra role in his final game as a Sooner. And I also want to give a quick congratulations and a shout out to Trey. When this episode drops on Wednesday, August the 5th, Trey will have gotten married the previous Saturday before on August the 1st. So congratulations to Trey, and Sooner fans wish you nothing but all the happiness going forward. And so I hope you all enjoy my conversation with Trey Gamble.
First of all, congratulations on being a national champion, because that is an accomplishment that not many can claim. So I'm sure you're still basking in that. I'm certain, since it's only been a couple of weeks.
Yeah, definitely. Everything's been so fun just after, and it's been great.
But I know you're a busy guy. And you have a wedding coming up, correct?
Who's first?
My word. Okay. Well, congratulations. Yeah. That's exciting.
Thank you. Yeah.
Awesome.
No, it's going to be fun.
Awesome. Well, I've heard you on the Oklahoma baseball experience with Johnny and Brandon a couple of times, and I always enjoy hearing you, and I know that they appreciate you. But I just want to give you a few moments, and I won't keep you long. Just tell me a little bit about this season and some of your favorite memories, and overall some of your thoughts on everything. I will say I was there opening weekend in Arlington at Globe Life, and I saw what you guys had and what you could do. And obviously after that, I was very excited. And I had actually already booked hotels in Omaha back in the fall. And so when tickets went on sale, I purchased them. And I was there first weekend in Omaha there. And what a great season you guys had. And I was also there during the middle. During the roller coaster as well. So I definitely rode the roller coaster with you guys. But anyway, all that to say, what a fantastic season. And the ups and downs were crazy. So I can only imagine how you felt. So you just have at it and tell me all the things.
Yeah. The season obviously was awesome. The ups and downs were there, of course. The best memories that I have weren't on camera. And what I mean by that is just moments being with the guys on the team bus, in the hotels, playing cards, going to the swimming pool, right? Like those things, they're not on camera, but those are the moments you'll remember forever.
Yes.
That's definitely a family that we had in that locker room. And it was just so fun to be a part of. And it was just a great experience for me.
Love that. Well, I've heard that before from different baseball guys as well as other athletes, that what happens off the field is often those lifelong memories that you carry with you. And of course, you will remember all of those game moments as well. But yeah, that family atmosphere that you guys had is truly incredible. And I think that means a lot. And I think it says a lot about you guys as players as well as the coaching staff. So tell me a little bit. I know the coaching staff is very special and very unique, and everyone loves Coach Skip. But tell me your thoughts, just what makes the coaching staff at OU stand out above maybe any others that you have experienced, and things that you've learned from them that you'll carry on past your baseball career?
Yeah. First and foremost, they're very, like you mentioned, experienced. They know what they're talking about, and they know how to help young players. So that's the first thing you'll notice. The second thing you'll probably notice is that, starting with Skip, right? They're just different personalities.
Yeah.
And it makes for a really fun time when they crack jokes or they say something and you're like, Skip, what does that even mean? Like me coming from Utah, I'm not a Southern guy.
Yeah.
So sometimes he says something and I'm like, I don't know if I understand what you're trying to tell me. But yeah, just up and down our coaching staff, you can look at great experience, great composure under pressure, and they know how to manage games and teach the skills.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned not being a Southern guy yourself, but I think Skip is the embodiment of a Southern man for sure.
Yes.
So he cracks me up. I'm hoping to someday have him on my podcast and talk to him, because I love listening to him, and everyone says great things about him, and he's just a funny guy. So I'm sure he'd be a lot of fun to talk to. So on that note of Skip, I'm thinking about you speaking at the celebration, which was awesome. What an experience that must have been for you guys. And we can talk about that here in a second. But I was just going to ask you about you speaking, and I believe somebody asked you about Skip's name. I guess that was the first time you had heard his real name.
Yeah.
Was that during that time frame.
Yeah, the celebration was awesome to have so many people out there, and it was an interesting thing where I learned that his real name wasn't Skip. I always just thought it was Skip. I guess I didn't get to know him well enough while I was there. He didn't really, I mean, he just always wanted to be called Skip. So that's what I called him. I figured that was his name. But yeah, it was a pretty funny moment to have in front of all those people.
For sure. Well, I don't think that I knew that he had a different name as well. So I don't know that makes you feel any better since I'm a nobody, but I did not know what his real name was. So I saw that floating around social media that week and I was like, okay, this is funny. But what a funny way for you to learn what his name was. So, okay, so tell me a little bit about that celebration, because what a cool experience for you guys to be able to celebrate that in your home stadium one last time with all of the OU fans. And that place was packed out. And so I hope all of those people come back next February during a midweek game when it's really cold.
Yeah.
But how cool that all of those people came out in the heat of the summer to celebrate you guys. So tell me a little bit about what that was like.
It was so cool. And like you mentioned, it was packed out. Probably the most that I've ever seen. And,
that's awesome.
You had people overflowing on the berms and people just trying to pack all in there. And I think it just goes to show the momentum of not only baseball, but Sooner sports and the fan base. They're very passionate and they're willing to get behind every sport, whether it's baseball, softball, football, men's and women's basketball. It's like they're willing to get behind everything. They just want to support OU the best way they can. What's cool is that the Kimry Family Stadium is only going to get, updated and renovated to where the fan experience can even get that much greater. So we're really excited to see. I'm going to be excited to see what happens with the fans in the stadium. And I think that was just a little tip of the iceberg of what's to come.
Absolutely. I agree with you. And I am also excited as well. I know that those updates are a long time coming for a lot of reasons. And very thankful for the Kimry family for what that they've done for OU athletics and baseball, of course. But, okay, so tell me a little bit about Omaha. I know once you guys finally made it there, you had really been on the highest of the mountain coming out of Atlanta, coming out of Lawrence. So you make it to Omaha. Like I said, I was there that first weekend. It was an incredible atmosphere. So tell me a little bit about you going onto that field. I'm sure that you had dreamed of playing on your whole life. So what was that like to finally be there and just the atmosphere and everything that was going on there in Omaha?
Yes, the Omaha experience. We got there a few days before the tournament started and we were able to check out Charles Schwab Field, walk around Omaha, kind of really take in the College World Series experience. And that was really cool. It's a dream come true, right? You wanted to be there ever since you were a little kid. You watched it on TV every summer.
Yeah.
So just being there was awesome. So we took that first couple of days to really just, soak it in and just try to have that experience with us. But then once the baseball started, it was just the same game, same game, big field. We're used to that here in Norman. We got a big field. So I felt like it played to our advantage. And you just go out there and you just compete. The roar of the crowd was awesome. OU fans showed up and showed out. It was awesome to have a whole half of the stadium, more than half of the stadium yell for you when you hit a double or whatever goes on. So it was super cool. And it's the best atmosphere you could possibly play in.
I love that. I love that so many of you guys got to live out your childhood dreams on that field. I cannot imagine what that was like for you. And you guys had been on the road for so long at that time because after you won in Lawrence, you stayed in Kansas City and then went up to Omaha. So you guys had been gone from home for quite some time. So you were just living your best life and living the dream for sure.
Yeah. Definitely.
Okay, one last thing I want to ask you, and then if you have anything else you want to share, by all means. But I just wanted to ask you about that last game, that Monday night, game 3, winner take all, coming off of that loss on Sunday. You guys had to have really been clinging to that mantra of Coach Skip saying yesterday is dead. That became another slogan of his across social media. But going into that game, you kind of flipped roles a little bit and were out in left field after Brendan Brock had hurt his shoulder. So you got to have a little extra time there on the field. So tell me a little bit about that game 3, just kind of how it progressed and what was going through your mind. And like, when did it finally hit you? Like, oh my gosh, we're going to win this. And now here we've done it.
Yeah. But like you mentioned, we'll start with like you mentioned, we've had our fair share of tough times this year. Yeah. And so we know what it was like to lose. I think that actually helped us in that game 3 where it's like, okay, we've lost games before and we're in the championship, right? So it's like, there's no panic button. When we lost, I don't want to say nobody cared that we lost on Sunday night, but nobody cared. Like,
yeah.
We were like, we just win one more game, we're champions.
Yeah.
The moment I knew we were going to win is probably when Kyle hit the home run.
Yeah.
And maybe even a little bit before that because we were up big and it was just a cool feeling as we were coming off the field. Every inning, you could just feel the momentum of the fans. They were yelling, they were screaming. But when Kyle really put the nail in the coffin, hit the homer out to left, it was almost like a movie. Like this is what it's supposed to be. It's going to happen this way. And I think going out those last couple of innings, you're just more grateful than anything. You were focused, willing to get the job done, but you're just grateful. Just like, wow, this is happening with these guys, my best friends, my family. Like this is just the best possible outcome. And so I think it was a lot of just grateful to our Lord, and grateful to our teammates and our coach that put in so much work. It was pretty cool feeling.
For sure. Well, that moment with Kyle Branch was definitely poetic for so many reasons. And I know the Branch family and you and several other guys, Jackson Willits, have been so vocal about your faith and all that means for you. And I think that is super important, and I share that faith. And so I love to hear athletes who are truly grateful of what the Lord has brought them and just that testimony that you guys have, and you use your platform to share that. So I think that's super cool. I just wanted to throw that in there. But okay, so before I let you go, is there anything else you want to share just about the whole thing, any stories you want to share, or just any closing thoughts that you have?
I guess closing thoughts is, again, just saying thanks to so many people, whether it be coaches, equipment staff, operations over there at the baseball, just OU in general. You can go on and on about all the people that put so many hours, so many days stacking it up to help us go out there and compete. And I mean, fans as well that come out and support us. I just want to say thank you to everyone involved, from fans to coaching staff. And I'm excited to see where this goes, because I think college baseball, not just OU baseball, but college baseball is really rising with the public, at least from what I saw.
Yeah.
And I think OU is right there where everyone wants to be. So speaking to the fans, keep coming out to the games. Keep doing chants. Keep doing arm things. Whatever you guys want to do. Like, that really pumps up the players, speaking from personal experience. We love that. We love fan engagement. Just come out and, grab a hot dog and some popcorn,
I love it. Yeah. Well, as an alumni and a fan of all OU sports my entire life, I finally made it to Omaha, and it was everything that I thought it could be. So I know that you guys were experiencing that on a whole new level. And like I said, as a fan, I tell everybody, just please get out, like you said, and support baseball, all the sports, because you guys thrive off of our energy in the stadium and just us being there. And so I have really learned that, and I have learned to indulge in so many sports that I'm not even familiar with doing what I'm doing. And I'm learning about volleyball and soccer and all kinds of things. But oh my gosh, I love nothing more than cheering for my Sooner athletes, regardless of what they're playing and who they are. So I'm glad that you brought that up, because it's truly one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah.
Well, again, I cannot thank you enough for giving me part of your time. I know you're a busy dude, and it means so much to me that you gave me a few moments of your time. Thank you all for tuning in for this very special Oklahoma episode of Sooner Girl Sports Pod. I hope you all enjoyed my conversations with Jason, Trey, Deiten Talkie and his mom, and Jackson Cleveland and his mom. Each one of these people means so much to me, and it is so special that they gave me part of their time to relive this awesome piece of Sooner history. So I hope you all enjoyed hearing from each one of them today. If you don't already, please make sure you subscribe and follow Sooner Girl Sports Pod on your favorite podcast app. And also go give me a follow at Sooner Girl Pod. I'm on every platform. I have an awesome community that I'm building on Discord and Substack, and a ladies community called The Locker Room. I also have merch that you can purchase to help support the podcast in so many ways. But the best thing you can do is by making sure that you're subscribing and following on social media and sharing with a friend. And you can find my link tree. It's my link in bio on all of my social media platforms. I hope that you will go check it out and learn more about Sooner Girl Sports Pod and how you can be a part of this awesome community. I can't thank you all enough for tuning in. And I hope you come back next week. I have a fantastic episode with our women's golf coach, Veronique Druin-Luttrell, who is fresh off of a win at the Palmer Cup with the international team that she coached. And I cannot wait for you guys to hear that one. So have a fantastic week, and I will see you next Wednesday where we talk sports.